And today, Governor DeWine issued a statement on the NTSB chair's testimony and about the decision to authorize a controlled burn. It reads in part, quote, "The governor and incident command were also not presented any scenario where if officials did nothing, the train cars would not explode catastrophically. No one, not one single expert, opined that day about there being any other scenario occurring besides either a catastrophic explosion or a controlled release to prevent such an explosion."
And just weeks after the derailment, Ohio's 2 U.S. senators introduced the Railway Safety Act. The bipartisan bill calls for stronger safety measures to prevent future train disasters. But more than a year later, the legislation has yet to come up for a vote. All 51 Democrats in the U.S. Senate supported. Ohio's Republican Senator J.D. Vance, one of the bill's co-sponsors, needs 9 of his fellow Republicans to join him to avoid a filibuster. Senate Majority Leader Democrat Chuck Schumer reportedly won't bring it to the floor for a vote without them. But last month, Vance told our John Cossack there are enough Republican votes to pass the bill.
And while Congress is at a stalemate, Ohio lawmakers are also trying to do something. Tonight, Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trout takes an in-depth look at everything the State House is doing and what they can't do.
Since the East Palestine train derailment last year, Ohio lawmakers have been working across the aisle, trying to do what they can to improve railroad safety in the state.
Not let anything like this happen again.
State Senator Bill DeMora just introduced bipartisan SB 233, which makes railroads safer for on-track equipment, which is used for maintenance, like repairing worn-down tracks. Right now, cars are not legally required to stop for equipment on the tracks, only for trains.
This will hopefully allow the crews to work both safely and more efficiently, and hopefully they can keep the tracks in better shape now because, people have to realize they have to stop for these things.
Lawmakers say they've done what they can, passing resolutions to urge Congress to require companies to inform states of trains carrying hazardous materials. Then passing a bill to require all freight crews to have at least 2 people. This law is now being challenged in federal court by the American Association of Railroads, which includes Norfolk Southern. But the lawmakers haven't done much else. And environmental law expert Victor Flatt explains there's a reason for that.
Anything about railroads or airlines or highways or anything that affects interstate commerce, the federal government sort of takes precedence over the states.
Which leads us back to the stalemate in Congress and the bill that both of our senators support.
This bill is bipartisan.
Right.
Why is it so hard to get it passed?
I'm surprised it's not out of the Senate at this point. General political dysfunction that's going on, certainly at the national level and at many state levels.
He says there's one thing Ohio can do to make more of a difference. Put more money towards emergency response.
It can happen again easily unless Congress passes this bill, unless we pass these measures to make it safer.
The governor told us he supports all safety measures and is begging Congress to move. At the Ohio State House, I'm Morgan Trout reporting.
Clearly, the fallout from the train derailment will be felt for quite a while. News 5 has been back to East Palestine dozens of times, and we will continue to return and tell the stories there. If you want to see all of our coverage, make sure you check out our special section of news5cleveland.com.